Hello again. Today we're going to work on multiplying mixed numbers using rectangles. First we need some mixed numbers. Remember, it's a whole number and a fraction. So let's start with 1/2 of 2 1/3. 2 1/3. Now if we say of, remember that's just like saying times something, so we can switch it to times. 1/2 times 2 1/3. So we start with the 2 1/3 because that's what we start with, and we're going to figure out what's 1/2 times that. So write 2 1/3, and then we're going to draw the box around 2 of our squares and a little bit more, the 1/3 more. So we'll draw the box around 2 squares, complete squares. And let's make a third by splitting the third square into 3 pieces. And then we're going to shade them in. So let's shade in the 1/3 piece. And then let's go ahead and shade in the 2 whole pieces. So now it's easy to see we have 2 1/3. Now we're going to need, on the other side of our rectangle, we're going to put in the 1 1/2. So 1 down plus we need another half. So let's go ahead and start with a hole that we can then divide into half. And we're going to continue it the entire way under the 2 1/3. So it makes a complete rectangle. And fill in all the lines. And then we're going to color in that 1/2 underneath the 2 1/3 because we want to have another half of 2 1/3. Now we have the 1 1/2. And we have some pieces on the side. Let's make those pieces the same size so we can count and figure out how many. Oh, there's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 1/6 and another 1/6. You're right, we've got 6 again, so that's another 1/6. Remember we had 2 to start with, so that's a 1 whole and 1 whole. And the 1/3 is really 2/6 now. We've got 1/2 and we have another 1/2. So let's count them. 1 plus 1 is 2 wholes. And then the 1/2 plus 1/2, that equals 1 whole. So the 2 plus 1, that's 3, that's easy. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 6. So we can simplify 3 3/6 to 3 1/2. So our answer is 3 1/2. So 1 1/2 times 2 1/3 is 3 1/2. Nice job. Let's do one more for practice. This time, let's do 2 1/4 times 2 1/2. Remember, we're starting with what comes after the time symbol because that's what we have. We're taking 2 1/4 times that. So we'll start with the 2 1/2. Take your pen and mark out 2 1/2 going across horizontally. So start with the 2 whole, and then we need a little bit more of the of the next square. We need a half of it. Let's shade that in. We'll shade in the 2.5. And then after we've taken the 2.5, we can mark it out. There's the 1, the 2.5. Now we need the 2 1/4 because we're going to figure out 2 1/4 times that. So we've got 1, 2, and we'll continue it underneath the entire rectangle. So we did 1, 2, and now we need a little bit more. We need another fourth. So we'll go ahead and fill in the next section and divide that section into fourths because we need just 1/4. Fill in all the lines. And let's go ahead and shade in. First we'll shade in the 2. And we needed another half. Because we needed to have 2 of the 2.5s. But we need another 1/4. So let's go ahead and mark that in. 1/4, 1/4. And what's this piece? Well, let's go ahead and fill in that whole square to figure out what is that piece. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that one little piece is going to be 1/8. Great, now let's color that in. One, 2, and a fourth. 1, 2, 3, there's 4 holes. And I'm going to cross them off so I don't forget what I've already added up. 1/2 and 1/2, that makes another 1 hole. 1/4 and 1/4, that's 2/4. And then we have that 1/8 left. So what's an easy way to add those? Oh, let's split them into equal pieces. Now they're all the same size, so now we can add them really easily. 1/8, another 1/8, because they're all 1/8, so I'm going to just label them all 1/8. And I can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/8. So I've got the 4 plus 1, that's 5, and then the 5/8. 5 and 5/8. My answer to 2 1/4 times 2 1/2 is 5 5/8.